So Louis Gohmert, bless his head. All right. Well, this is what Narg was talking about. Let's just dive into this. I have not listened to the clip yet. I avoided listening to it. I just know of it by legend at this point.
And understand.
Oh, hold on. I'm doubling up my audio in my ear. Just a terrible way to live. Oh, yeah.
From what's been testified to the Forest Service and the BLM, you want very much to work on the issue of climate change. I was informed by the immediate past director of NASA that they have found that the moon's orbit is changing slightly, and so is the Earth's orbit around the sun. We know there's been significant solar flare activity. And so is there anything that the National Forest Service or BLM can do to change the course of the moon's orbit or the Earth's orbit around the sun?
And by the way, this is an attempt at, a flailing attempt at pleading ignorance, internal sarcasm, soft mockery of science.
Obviously, that would have profound effects on our climate.
So what he's saying, by the way, in this is not, quite frankly, what has been stated in a bunch of these things that he's dumb. It's that he is mocking the idea of man-made climate change or man's impact on climate change and is laying it all off on the moon's orbit is changing, the Earth's orbit around the sun is changing, and therefore that's what's causing the changes we're seeing in the climate. There's nothing to do with our behavior, and therefore you guys can't do anything about that, so why are you even involved in climate change? That's what this is about.
I would have to follow up with you on that one, Mr. Gohmert.
Yeah. Well, if you figure out a way that you in the Forest Service can make that change, I'd like to know. Also, just
so again, this is him mocking the idea that how many trees we have and how much breathable air we have and how the temperature of the climate is affected by, you know, man's deforestation activities and industrial activities. That's not what's causing all this change. Yeah, there's climate change, but it's not us. It's the moon and the stars and the God in the sky. And nothing we do will ever change that because God painted the sky blue a long time ago and it's going to stay that way. And until he's mad and he paints it red and we all go to Jesus camp in space. And that's what Louis Gohmert is talking about with this. Let's be abundantly clear. Louis Gohmert is a moron, but this is an example of him being an anti-science bigot as opposed to a moron in this case. This is, I mean, he's got moronic ideas, but this is him attempting to shoot down the concept of man's effect on climate change for NASA told me the moon's falling out of the sky. In which case, why this asshole is not screaming at NASA for giant space arcs then is beyond me. You know what I mean? Might be, Louis, you might be on the wrong panel. Maybe go scream at NASA to build giant spaceships so we can get the fuck off this rock if that's the case. And find some way to take a whale with us, because if we've learned anything from Star Trek, at some point a giant monolith with whale skin is going to fly through the sky and want to communicate, and we won't be able to communicate with them. Yeah, at least he's not cheeking a tooth. Ugh, God. I did say Jesus Space Camp. I thought it was pretty great. That's a good analogy, don't you think? Space farce, yes. So, Louis, you're in the wrong room.
Captain's log.
Okay, so that's what that's about, by the way. Although that is not, I repeat, not. Let me go back to this page. That is not the kind of big clip that's going around currently in terms of idiocy on the actual internet. There's there's a lot of big dumb stuff going around. And let's see where we'll find. I'll just type in. Here we go. COVID magnetic. Let's just go that. Like, I mean, it's kind of like a know the facts CDC. Okay. We'll find her. Where is she? Oh, it's gonna be good. Hold on. Here. Oh, here she is. Microchips. There. That's not. Yeah, I want the video though. I don't want the article. Oh, my Lord. Okay, so here's well. This is what's making the rounds on the interwebs. By the way, this is apparently Fiji's COVID-19 vaccination is magnetic. Watch this video from an Indo-Fijian lady in Fiji with nail clipper attached to her arm, where she got her vaccination done. Magnetic vaccine, Fiji. This is the.
Yeah. मैग्नेट तो मैग्नेट नेल कटा भी छपके बोलो या
The kids are just lining up with stuff to stick to mom. So this came from a woman. I mean, there's a lot of this going around. IRGC member says new technology claims it uses magnetic fields, bipolar virus to detect COVID-19 from 100 meters away on 5 seconds. Okay, that's different. Bombshell source of magnetic COVID vaccines. Alex Jones and Rob Dew discuss the current sci-fi world we are entering with magnetic engineered source of. I have not tried to magnetize anything to me. I should probably try that live on the air. Use a magnet challenge stud finder to locate your vaccination, see where it's getting in your system. This guy's sticking vaccine crystals and COVID vaccines. Check it out. He's sticking. He's magnetically sticking a bottle cap to his neck. This is. Oh, this dude. Here we go. Let me wipe off my arm, and then the skull. Let's see. Still thinking COVID-19 magnetic medium, and the vaccine is not for COVID-19. You are being tracked, and they will download your wicked agenda. And I'm guessing. All right, we'll see. Our patented scanning technology changes in the Earth's magnetic field. We got to find this COVID-19 vaccine side effect. Pfizer magnetism. My past PhD student, Dr. recently found out that she can attract magnetic materials. This is not due to any incidents in the lab. That we have to see.
Good morning.
Hi.
I woke up 5 minutes ago. And
something fell off of you. I don't think you're magnetic.
I watched a video that somebody actually uploaded somewhere. And
yeah, I mean, yeah, somewhere.
Indicating that he got the first shot of vaccine Sinopharm, that I believe that's a Chinese vaccine. He was in another country, actually, back home in my country, Iran. And he said that one of his friends shared with him that he got some side effect of the vaccine. And the side effect was a specific power, let's say. So that
it's turning everyone into powder.
And I tried to test on myself, so I got my second dose of Pfizer more than a month ago. So this is a fork.
That's true.
And this is my body.
I'll take your word for it.
I'm not wearing anything.
That's not true. You're wearing a shirt and you've got a bra underneath, and I mean you're obviously wearing something. Wearing nothing, I think, is a violation of YouTube's terms of service, but we'll work with you.
And I have a magnetic effect. My husband doesn't have it. He got his first shot and the second shot same time as me, and you can see that around my neck I am magnetized. So I am a magnetic woman. I tested.
She's a magnetic woman.
I don't have it anywhere else. I just
you've been placing that fork everywhere? I hope you washed it.
have it on around my neck, not actually on my neck, just here. So
just the
it's amazing. And just to share with you, I have some severe pain here, so I thought that's related to my immune system, because I have a disordered immune system. So that's it. Do you have this?
I need to find. Hold on. Let me find something that I can say. Let's see. Would an actual magnet work? I suppose. Right? Am I magnetic? Do I? Now, my question is. No. So this is it's green magnet. So you probably. I'm not. That's where I got my shot. Nothing is sticking. The only thing magnetic about me is my personality. Damn it! I'm sure there's something else. But my question is, is anyone repulsing things? Because that would be the dead giveaway. So, just glue on the fork. That would probably be. Or she's just leaning it against her chest and it's sticking there. But it's a great way to get your videos up, I suppose. Opentron's using magnetic beads, RNA interaction plates for COVID-19. Thanks for suggesting modular liquid handler. Oh, that's sweet. Want one of those. How magnetic is your city? I got my second vaccine shot and I'm magnetic, y'all. Look at this.
See here, I'm magnetic. Oh my God, I'm magnetic. Let's try my arm where I got my shot. Oop.
Nope.
There's more oil and.
Yeah, hold on. Let me show you something. I don't know if you guys have seen this, but it's kind of incredible. It's a rare thing. I have to find, you know, people will think I'm faking because well, here's, I'm magnetic, but only to guitar picks. If you'll notice, I can, if I stick a guitar pick, it will just, it's, you know, and these are not even metal guitar picks. That's just how magnetic I am. And it'll, like on my arm, see that? It just doesn't, it's amazing how, you know, and it's good when you do, when I do the guitar pick sticking to my forehead, I can do my, oh, it didn't work. I'm obviously, I put the wrong side forward. That's what it was. That I can do my impersonation of a groupie the next morning. Where'd everybody go? All right, so anyways, so, I just tried it with a fork, it sticks. Right on. Did you lick the fork? Because that's pretty much all it takes. You just lick the back of the thing and, yeah, depending on the weight, it'll stay. I am magnetic, but only on an emotional level. Okay, here it is. Anti-vax doctor told the State House Committee in Ohio she saw videos on the internet showing people can make spoons, forks, keys stick on their body because of COVID. COVID vaccine doesn't make you magnetic. So this is...
And it was, because right now we're all kind of hypothesizing. I mean, what is it that's actually being transmitted that's causing all of these things? Is it
It's 5G, clearly.
A combination of the protein, which now we're finding has a metal attached to it? I'm sure you've seen the pictures all over the internet of people...
Yeah, of course.
...who've had these shots and now they're magnetized.
Yeah, and it was funny that they're magnetized, and if they approach a magnet of any sort, they don't repulse that magnet because they're not distinctly polar magnetized. I don't, well, yeah, Hal, that's where I put my pick between sets. It's a good place for it, Benny Logo.
They can put a key on their forehead, it sticks. They can put
a key.
Spoons and forks all over them and they can stick, because now we think that there's a metal piece to that. There's been people who've long suspected that there was some sort of an interface, yet to be defined, an interface.
But yeah, some sort of vibe, maybe the ethers. Between
what's being injected in these shots and all of the 5G towers.
I was joking about 5G. I didn't even say so is it a is 5G ricocheting off and making look, okay.
Not proven yet.
Well, no, of course not. Why bring it up?
But we're trying,
if it was proven,
trying to figure out what is it that's being transmitted to these unvaccinated people.
It's a dumbass ray that hits you right in the noggin.
And some of the information that I think had been discussed on your podcast related to EMF frequencies.
That was a thought.
And
yeah. I mean, I was just spitballing.
And it was because right now.
And electromagnetic frequencies are a frequency. There's not it's like when they made Chips, the show, which we love, Ponch and John, thumbs up, was California Highway Patrol. That's where Chips got its name. And then they made a sequel to the show called California Highway Patrol, Chips Patrol. They made Chips Patrol. And that would be California Highway Patrol, which was aggravating.
Right now we're all kind of hypothesizing. I mean,
yeah, well, I mean, why stop there?
What is it that's actually being transmitted that's causing all of
5G magnetic rays? Clearly.
These things. Is it a combination of the protein, which now we're finding has a metal attached to it? I'm sure you've seen the pictures all over the internet of people who've had these shots.
Oh, okay, this is cycling back through. There's another lady who says this, who demonstrates it. Oh, maybe it's in here. Demonstration. Because that's what I wanted to say. Thank you for letting me know. Did it show up? Is there nothing? They're not letting me see this? Rats. Demonstration. Okay. This is just demonstrations of a magnetic field. Look at this dude flying next to a plane, and it's Mr. Davenport. All right. It's like, all right, where in the world? Oh, in the DMs? Thank you. I will look there. Thanks, CSL. Gotcha. You don't have to yell. I'll see it. I will. I'll see it. I just don't open my DMs on the air. That would be a mistake. That would be unfair to the. Oh, here it is. Yeah. Oh my gosh. Beautiful lady doing her thing, talking about magnets and we're dealing. Okay, here we go. This is it's lovely.
Found out something when I was on lunch, and I wanted to show it to you. We were
oh no, here it comes.
Talking about Dr. Tenpenny's testimony about
yeah, it's pronounced Tinpenny, and that's why it won't stick.
Magnetic vaccine crystals. So this is what I found out. So I have a key and a bobby pin here.
Give it.
Explain to me why the key sticks to me.
The oil in your skin?
It sticks to my neck too.
No, it doesn't. It's because the oil in your skin. Because there's oil in your skin.
Yeah. So if somebody can explain this, that would be great.
I would say the oil in your skin and the slope of your sternum gives it just enough friction to hang on. Weight versus. It's called physics, actually. It's physics. This woman is fantastic. They drove there together. That's the unfortunate thing. Unfortunately. Oh my God. Yeah, it's almost like it's the oil in your skin sticking to it and it falls off when you move because...
Any questions?
Yes. How many fingers am I holding up? The answer is all of them.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. So, just so you know, it's the pick effect. It's the, oh my God, this card still sticks to my, I don't understand why. It's the magnetic strip in these cards is sticking to me. It's great because when I go to the grocery store, I can cleat, like, I don't even have to, like, you ever entering in your stuff on the phone and you're like, oh, I gotta put an app, I have to use Apple Pay, I have to put my credit card. But in this case, I have just the card will stick to my face. And that way I scan it with my face. And when I open my phone, it's ready to pay. It's so easy and stuff. Why is it just sticks? It's amazing. It has to be the thing that is doing. Can someone explain to me why that my oily face can just stick this thing all over the place? I mean, it's serious. It started to worry me. It was sticking so well. It's funny, but like I've noticed, like if any metal object, like if you take a push pin like this and it will stick. Ah! Someone please explain to me how. Sorry, I'm not gonna stick myself with a real pin for that joke. Oh, poor little thing. That's good. Maybe pick something up that's big and then or maybe wash your arm with some alcohol. Try it again because it will take the oil off your skin and then the slight dampness. And if it's humid, like where the Fijian lady was, where it's very damp all the time, you don't even have to lick the goddamn thing to just make it stick, because it'll stick anyways. Look guys, I have had the Pfizer vaccine and nothing is wrong with me. Oh my God, I have a 5G modem and it is making this card stick to my face. Any questions? Yeah, I'll have you know, I went for a snack and I tried to open the fridge and I stuck to it. And then my husband started using me to hold up kids' artwork. And I think this woman just farted on this lady. I'm not 100% sure, but this dude's like, dude, you wrecked it for all of us. So yeah, so that's the big story. I'm just saying, for the record, the reason shit is sticking to you is because it's humid. you're using very light items with a heavy friction base to the, you know, even though it seems smooth. It's why people can breathe on a spoon and stick it to their nose. Yeah, you know that trick? You're just doing that trick on your whole fucking body, you moron. Honestly, wouldn't it be somebody needs to go to one of these things with a spoon and goes, oh my God, and stick the spoon to their nose. Yeah. Is that the odd people's court? Yeah, it's the peepholes court. So yeah, that's in case anybody's wondering why that's happening on a scientific level, I'm very happy to tell you that that's precisely it. You damp, oily bastard. That's what's wrong with you. Yeah, debunked. And of course, thumbtacks will stick to you if you use them sharp side in. And please don't try to prove. Look, I'll show here. I'll even take a real magnet. Let's see, what's a good one that will show up on screen? Yeah, this is a magnet from my magnet board, whatever. Look at that. Oh my God, I'm magnetic, guys. It even works with magnets. This magnet is sticking to my forehead. Explain to me. This would be a good ad for Showcase in the channel in Canada. Hi, Canada. This is from when this is a Queer as Folk magnet that I got in a gift bag or something like that. And it sticks. It's amazing. Oh my God. I should have never gotten the Pfizer. I'm going to get, God damn it. I'm going to get a YouTube strike for medical misinformation because I'm licking magnets and sticking them to my forehead. This is so stupid. Folks, it's a pile of bullshit. Come on. Ow. Oh my God, I should have never got the Moderna comes off so much easier. Oh God, some people are so good. I found this out during the break. I don't even know if I want to show you. This sticks to my, it stuck to me. I don't know what it was. This kind of thing. Let me show, Your Honor, let me see that. See, look, I'm right. This is where I got the shot too. This is the vaccine. I got it right in my cheek. No, I haven't tried it on that cheek. Oh my God, have they tried it with an old car bumper? These people need to not, please, anyone who's concerned that you may be turning magnetic because of your Pfizer vaccine, stay away from your refrigerator or your dishwasher, and definitely do not go anywhere near traffic because you will be sucked in with the flow of traffic, and depending on your BMI, you may be dragged for a while. And do not use, please go get a 3G flip phone for your own safety. Good God. Oh, who knew I was so magnetic? All right, let's go back to, let's start off because, and by the way, just in case, hold on, this all loads back up. It takes a second. I should not, that's maybe partly what I should do, is not deload the name stuff in between. Maybe that's part of the problem. That's probably what it is. Turn on the jar and see if, I'm gonna try this with the jar. I'm opening it up to see if it does it, but it's part of why things are choppy, I think. Yeah, it's too slow. Weirdo. Yeah, never mind. Yeah. Close cause I'm choppy. Close cause I'm choppy. Choppy, choppy, choppy. Oh yeah. Okay, turn that off. Take that. Minus. Okay, remove it. There you go. Hopefully that will speed things up. There you go. Yeah, a lot of these things, that's what's happening, is my browser source things, which we love so much, are all getting, yeah. Where's my satire button? I know, I had to turn that off because it was freaking out. Hold on. Yeah, that was part of what was making everything do that. So yeah, I can't. I need just like flashing text. I'll work on it. Milk of magnetic. Stuck on you. Got this feeling down deep in my soul and I just can't lose. Yes, I'm on my way. By the way, just in case you think this is only happening at gatherings, like, Rudy Giuliani level talent. Look at this. What's wrong with me? Intentionally added to the shot, and it's deadly. It's called magnetism. Run, run, run. This is on BitChute, of course. This is the psychopath YouTube, I think. This is like YouTube for psychopaths. Jim Crenshaw, no relation to Dan. Let's see what this is. Let's see the source behind this.
Hi, I'm
Hi. Oh, that was loud. God damn. All right, hi.
Dr. Katia Castillo, and I have been practicing
Hello.
OBGYN for 26 years. When my pregnant patients ask me whether they should get vaccinated against COVID-19, I tell them that vaccination protects them from this serious disease.
That's right. Do not trust your doctor if he, she recommends the vaccine. Why are you... Look at the video over top of this. What?
I know COVID-19 disease can be very serious in pregnant women. It can affect pregnancy or the baby. Millions of people, including pregnant women, have gotten these safe and effective vaccines. Learn more at cdc.gov.
Yes, agreed. Yes. YouTube, for the record, I agree with this woman, not what they're going to say about what she's saying in the little text up on this. Look at this crap.
And on Friday at the G7, we will decide effectively who lives and who dies, who is to be vaccinated and is therefore safe, and who is not to be vaccinated and therefore is at risk. We will decide.
By the way, this is a clip which I think they're obviously slicing up for dramatic effect. The idea is that they're talking about the industrialized countries, first world countries are making all this vaccine, and we've only got a limited supply, so we're giving it out to people, and it's a very difficult decision for these folks because they're going effectively, who we give it to, they'll survive, and who we don't, they might die from this, and that's a big deal.
Decide effectively who lives and who dies.
Working in the ER.
Texas State Senate, May 2021, seeing more complications from the shot than the actual COVID.
I'm now seeing more people come in who are having complications from the COVID shot. They're short of breath for 2 weeks after they received the shot 2 weeks before. They're having temporary neurologic episodes where their legs don't work and they fall flat on their face.
And you've ruled out every other aspect of this, and you know this is related to the fact that they've gotten the shot. Like how? These are your regular patients, I'm assuming?
They're having dizziness, shortness of breath, and lightheadedness, and feel like they're going to pass out. And so I'm seeing more, at this point, more complications from the shot.
As a doctor, Dr. Richard Bartlett, MD, you should know that unless you can correlate it directly, you're talking out of your ass.
In Lubbock, a college town, 18-year-olds coming in excellent health before the shot, coming in 4 days later with 4 days of symptoms, or a gentleman who's short of breath for 2 weeks, or the lady who falls flat.
The lady who falls, so he's had one.
Flat on her face, and so it's...
A lady falls flat on her face, and...
I am seeing complications afterwards. That's being reported, but... in this last shift, I had no COVID patients come in 48 hours. So we're...
So, all right. So let's say he's seeing people. Let's listen to what his argument was. Did you guys just in case you missed that little piece? He said, lately he's seen more people come in with complications. The complications are 18-year-olds who got the shot and have had 4 days of symptoms, meaning they had flu-like symptoms, I guess, and they attribute it to that, whether it was or not. That's fine. And then a lady who fell flat on her face because her legs stopped working, which I don't know how he ties or excludes that medically from anything else that could be afflicting her. But let's just give him the benefit of the doubt that he said more people he's seen for complications. So far, that's 3 people he's mentioned. And the reason he's seen more people with complications is because he's assuming that they are complications and not other medical issues or neurological issues out of panic over it because they've got a doctor that's like, I don't know if I should give you this shit. And then he's saying, I've seen more of those than COVID patients, and then says in 24 hours, I haven't even seen any. I have 0. So 0 times. Right. Mm-hmm.
So we're in a different state now.
We're still in Texas.
I got working here at the GP surgery, just to let you see this happening.
Which vaccine do you use?
Pfizer vaccine.
Pfizer vaccine. When?
August.
Yeah, I'm sure if you rinsed off your arm and you did it again, do it again.
2 weeks.
Yeah, take other stuff.
3 weeks ago.
3 weeks ago. My body is a
Make sure you're leaning your head that way. You don't want to sit your head straight up, because if your head's straight up, it might not stay. It's because of the same sloping effect that you're seeing. All right. It's magnetic.
Our question is, why?
I'll tell you why. If it was magnetic, you could set your head straight up. She even had her arm out too, and she had it on there.
Why?
Why?
We don't want to complain. We don't want to talk negative. Yes?
Not at all.
No, not at all.
Not at all.
Not at all.
Just we want to know what's happening. Please.
Maybe set your head up straight and see if you recognize that in the obviously very humid environment you're in and the amount of oil that's on your skin, that it's not safe. And there's a very strong chance the key's not even magnetic itself, that it's tin or something else. You can't. Oh, good Lord.
Help us.
I'm helping you. Oh, that one won't stick. I wonder why.
Esto para que digan los medios de
Oh, it's amazing. It's almost like the nose trick on your back.
desinformación masiva que es un bulo. Lo estoy viendo con mis ojos.
Why will it only stick on her shoulder blades? It's a weird thing. It's the exact same nose angle. Oh, we're back at that clinic again.
Vaccine, and this is not a joke. And this is not a joke. Yes, and this is what is happening to him.
Stick the bottom of the phone to your face.
I got it here.
This is I've been looking for my keys for like 6 hours and no one can help me.
Which one? AstraZeneca or the Pfizer?
I don't know. My daughter can tell me. She's outside. I think it's Pfizer.
Pfizer. And your body is magnetic now. You are my mama magnet. Guys, she's a magnet like me. Thank you, Pfizer.
No wonder. I think.
Yes.
Yes, he's almost. Yes. Yeah.
I don't think anything happened.
Here is the GP.
They went and reported in Canada. They said we should.
Well, last week on Friday, we talked with Brittany Galvin,
she was of the galvanized galvaners.
Vaccine injury victim that's been hospitalized in Florida and whose neurologist has confirmed that her serious diagnosis is a direct result of the Moderna injection.
Yeah, because she was apparently walking near a helicopter and was sucked up into the blades.
Being referred to as a so-called COVID vaccine, falsely.
So-called? That's adorable.
By the way, we have reached out to that neurologist, and we hope that he will be brave enough to make an appearance on this.
Yeah, who wouldn't be brave enough to be on the Stu Peterson show?
Program. Her diagnosis is called Guillain-Barré syndrome, which is commonly referred to as a rare disorder. The disease forces your body's immune system to first attack your nerves, resulting in weakness and tingling in your extremities at the beginning, but ultimately resulting in full body paralysis and death. Since talking with Brittany,
death by rain
on this program, I have received hundreds of emails from victims of the jab saying that they too have received this exact diagnosis.
Terrible.
And when they try to tell the world, they're censored, blocked, banned, and canceled. They're scared to death for their own lives. But
why? What kind?
At the same time, have the strength and bravery, like Brittany, to be concerned about the rest of us, particularly our kids. Tragic. Social media has also been flooded with countless videos of people sticking metal objects to themselves, an unexplainable phenomenon that at first seemed fringe for medical professionals and scientists.
Yeah, just stick it up there where the slope is more direct, and
who were actually reluctant to associate this apparent magnetism with the COVID shot.
Keep trying.
You go figure it out. We're chipped. We're all fucked.
Brittany Galvin,
we're chipped, so we're all fucked, she said.
Galvin's Instagram account blew up after she publicly shared several self-recorded videos, and then one of her team of doctors who was shocked when they themselves tested her magnet theory and saw that it was indeed real.
Fantastic.
I've received so many emails about this.
You're not playing it?
Magnetism since that interview. I can't even keep up.
Yeah, well,
but nobody with medical credentials really wanted to talk about it. And the comments on Twitter, TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, and all the other platforms were mostly skeptics having a hard time believing that these people were credible.
Yeah, and I don't know why you wouldn't watch a video where it starts with the trick and ends with the trick without any other preparation to make you know that it's there's a control to the circumstance. You know, take something like coins, for example, which aren't magnetic, and American coins, stick them to you, which a lot of people do, and they still stick. And obviously, they wouldn't stick because of magnetism unless it's some sort of space ether thing, right? That's the So your complaint apparently with a lot of these folks is that we're not buying the bullshit because you're starting and stopping at the moment of the sales pitch.
We can't say that anymore.
Well, you can say whatever you want. It just isn't true.
It is real. It's
what about Israel?
Scary, and it's
very scary.
It's becoming undeniable to everyone that would like for you to believe that it's a hoax.
Yeah, that's not a pin on his lapel. It just stays. Every time he tries to take his zipper down, it goes right back up because his belly button's magnetic because he had to, I think it's AstraZeneca is what causes that.
Jane Ruby is an international health economist with over 20 years in pharmaceutical research experience. She's a medical expert, a Stu Peters Show contributor, and she joins us now. Dr. Ruby.
Very exciting.
This is horrific.
Yeah, Dr. Ruby, I'm surprised you can be that close to a camera from in a television studio at, I guess, Good Afternoon Tulsa, and it doesn't just slam into you?
Stuart, you hit the nail on the head. It's real.
We don't have to. The nail will drive itself.
We know it's real. There's an entire science in the literature about it.
Yes, about magnetism.
And we also know something else that's really tragic and horrific. It was intentionally added to these injections. Why, you're asking me?
Oh, sorry, I forgot. That was my mistake.
In the literature about it. And we also know something else that's really tragic and horrific. It was intentionally added to these injections. Why, you're asking me?
See, I did it that time.
Because it is a more aggressive delivery mechanism to get it into every cell in your body. It's a process called magnetofection. And
magnetofection. It sounds like a caramelizing effect. Let's see. Let's look up. 1, 2, 3. I mean, hey, we're going to dig into this. Why not? What the heck, magnetofection. Here we go. Magnetofection. And this is a good picture, too. Magnetofection. Magnetofection is a novel, simple, and highly efficient method to transfect cells in culture. It exploits magnetic force exerted upon gene vectors associated with magnetic particles to draw the vectors forward, possibly even into the target cells. In this manner, the full vector dose applied gets concentrated on the cells within a few minutes so that 100% of the cells gets in contact with a significant vector dose. This has several important consequences. Greatly improved transfection rates in terms of percentage of cells transfected compared to standard transfection. Up to several thousand-fold increased levels of transgene expression compared to standard transfections upon short-term incubation. High transfection rates and transgene expression levels that are, blah, blah, blah. Extremely short process time, few minutes of incubation of cells with gene vectors are sufficient to generate high transfection vectors. Regions in the manufacture of magnetofection technology. Chemicell offers 2 types of ready-to-use magnetofection. So here's the polymag, which is really scary and will sleep with anyone, is a universally applicable magnetic particle preparation for highly efficient nucleic acid delivery. It is mixed in a 1-step procedure with nucleic acid to be transfected and used successfully with plasmid DNA, antisense, oligonucleotides. Oligonucleotides, there we go, and siRNAs. CombaMag is a magnetic particle preparation designed to be combined with any commercially available transfection reagent such as polycations, and lipids, and can be associated with plasmid DNA, antisense oligonucleotides, and siRNAs or viruses. It allows you to create your own magnetic gene vector based on your favorite transfection reagent. Collect all 5. Yes. Okay. So here's that's what she's talking about. Just so we know. All right.
And it's this.
But you do realize that doesn't make you magnetic. I'm just saying.
All this information is readily available. You can do the research.
No, I don't. No one's thinking that. But that's not what it looks like. Is my problem. All right.
research yourself. You can look at the government's website, PubMed, to look at the peer-reviewed journal studies that have been published on this particular science.
And is there a warning in there in the peer-reviewed journals that say, danger, do not go near a fork factory?
And what it is, Stu, is they are using magnetic fields through different chemicals to actually concentrate the RNA, the mRNA into people's cells. This is in alignment with everything we've been reporting for weeks now. We just know what and how is behind these magnetic phenomenon where people are having.
Well, that's, I mean, obviously they're not related or even correlated again, but this is fun.
These items are sticking to them.
Mm-hmm. Even though they're not items that are magnetic, when people have been putting U.S. coins on themselves, for example.
So what it is it's part of the lipid nanoparticle, and it's a super delivery system. And
it's awesome.
There are places in your body that, other synthetic DNA or RNA should not be going.
Yeah. Are there places where synthetic DNA should be going?
And yet this approach forces the material,
yeah, if you can't tell from this stock footage clip art stuff, I don't know.
mRNA encoding to force your cells, again, to make over and over again these dangerous spike proteins all over your body. It's actually a forced gene delivery system. And I wanted to share with the audience.
Oh, terrible. I'm very excited.
You're going to be hearing something more and more about something called SPIONS. It's an acronym, SPIONS.
Okay, of course. Let's hear more about that. Let's see. Let me look it up. SPIONS. This is how the government's going to spy on us? Oh, this is good. What she's talking about is super paramagnetic iron oxide nanoparticles, development of surface modification applications in chemotherapy. At present, nanoparticles are used for various biomedical applications where they can facilitate laboratory diagnostics and therapeutics, more specifically for drug delivery purposes. The use of nanoparticles in attracting increasing attention due to their unique capabilities and their negligible side effects, not only in cancer therapy, but in the treatment of other ailments. Among all types of nanoparticles, biocompatible superparamagnetic iron oxide nanoparticles, which sounds fucking awesome, with proper surface architecture and conjugated targeting ligands/proteins have attracted a great deal of attention for drug delivery applications. This is in 2016. Obviously, someone from Hillary's camp wrote this. This review covers recent advances in the development of SPIONS together with their possibilities and limitations from fabrication to application in drug delivery. In addition, the state-of-the-art synthetic routes and surface modification of desired SPIONS for drug delivery purposes are described. So that's what she's going to talk about. Now, what they do is they reverse engineer their own nightmares by taking real literature and going, oh my God, that sounds so scary. Let's talk about how scary it sounds.
And it stands for...
Can you imagine these assholes describing gravity?
Supramagnetic iron oxide nanoparticles.
Yeah, I said that. I just read it for the first time, and I said it way faster. I just sound way more convincing than you do. I'm just saying that as you're supposed to be his expert on the Stu Particulate show.
Putting
Stu Tomatoes show.
This magnetic field technology is in and around the lipid nanoparticle envelope that we've also talked about.
Well, yeah, of course.
To get this mRNA into your cells. Why do they need to do that? Because
well, they don't need to do it. It's according to the abstracts on it, it'd be a very effective way of getting stuff into the system that has fewer side effects than other processes that they would use this. But please, clip art.
RNA is so delicate, so easily degraded. It's another reason why it has to be stored. If you know the Pfizer shot material has to be stored at least 70 degrees Fahrenheit below zero. So let me share something else with your audience.
Please.
There's a company.
Please stick a key to your forehead while you do it.
On the internet. And one of...
Please, can you... I want... Just for my own comedic sake, I just want a shovel to just go whoop-bang, just to like fly in from the side. Like, I've removed all metal objects from the area just so I can get through this whole thing. I don't know how in the world,
You lied to me!
Yeah.
One of many, by the way. I've been doing all my digging. It's called...
Well, I hope you're using a rubber shovel.
Chemicell. It's in Berlin, Germany.
Oh, well, that should tell you something. Nazis
advertise, Stu, all kinds of products. There are hundreds of components that you can use to create these magnetic fields around your molecule, right?
Mm-hmm.
You can buy it in 200 microgram vials. It's called Polymag.
Right. And do you recognize how minute the magnetic force is in that, and how extraordinarily large it would have to be to hold anything?
I want to share with your audience the disclaimer on Chemicel's website in case
very excited. Yes.
You want to
avoid, don't go anywhere near a pitchfork factory within 21 hours.
Buy a little bit of these magnetic fields and attach them to mRNA before you stick them into the human race. And I quote the company, "The magnofection reagents and all of its components are developed, designed, intended, and sold for research use only." And here's the frightening part, Stu.
Okay, get ready. I'm very scared.
They are not to be used for human diagnostic or any drug intended for humans.
Yeah, that's because when they're at the trial phase and they haven't done the testing on humans yet. This is a new technology not being used. Just so you know. And by the way, real quick question. I don't want you to be pressed for time, but don't you have to do the weather? All right.
And this is in these so-called vaccines?
No, it isn't.
These components are what they use, Pfizer and Moderna at least, used in their injections in these vials. This is why people,
No, they didn't. Chemicel is not used in the Pfizer vaccine. What are you talking about? Hold on. What are the ingredients of the COVID vaccine? This is MIT. COVID jabs. What's in there? There we go. Here's the MIT technology review. What are the ingredients of Pfizer's COVID-19? The rumors suggesting Bill Gates has installed tracking microchips in his shots of the inoculations against luciferase, a glowing chemical from fireflies whose name makes some people think of the devil. The company suggests, okay, official vaccine, okay, active ingredient. Nucleoside modified messenger RNA, that's what encodes the viral spike glycoprotein that fights it, right? Lipids, okay, I do not see, okay, salts, potassium chloride, monobasic potassium phosphate, sodium chloride, basic, that's mostly for flavor, and then sucrose. There, let's see, reading the ingredients look like a side of a cereal box, except you need, there you go, the mRNA. Here's the lipids. The Pfizer vaccine, like one from Moderna, uses lipid nanoparticles to encase the RNA. The nanoparticles are basically tiny, greasy spheres that protect the mRNA and help it slide inside cells. Hello. I can feel it, darling. These particles are probably around 100 nanometers across. Curiously, that's about the same size as the coronavirus itself. Pfizer says use 4 different lipids in a defined ratio. The lipid ALC0315 is the primary ingredient in the formation. I mean, I could argue, I could mention that these are what's actually in the, but I don't actually think this lady is going to believe what I am reading from MIT is in. Like, she's going to just assume that this magnetic nanoparticle stuff that's being tested now, that's going to be in there. She's just going to assume that's where it's coming from. And that's why greasy people are able to stick forks to their backs.
You have to get an informed consent. You must be given the ingredients of anything going into your body.
That's what she said.
And last but not least, just wait. We're learning more every day, Stu.
All right, so you just made a very serious and damning allegation on this program. You just said that this substance was intentionally added to...
She holds 2 doctoral degrees in education and psychology, 2 master's degrees in nursing, and in international health economics. Adorable.
To create the substance that's creating this magnetism. How can you substantiate that there was intent?
Well, it doesn't occur naturally. It had to be added to the lipid nanoparticle. It's the component. We've also heard many experts, in addition to myself, talk about the polyethylene glycol portion of the lipid nanoparticle that makes it, a little more fat-philic or fat.
Yeah, the greasy part.
affinity for fat, which normally would just slip it through
Oh, I know.
cell membranes that are very protective. In other words, if you have a
it's COVID lube. We get
water-based membrane,
Stu. Come on,
a lot
man.
of other things can get through. But there are places in the body that God and nature.
Look at this graphic, by the way. They worked on this one. Somebody took stock footage of the skeleton and stock footage of how a magnet works, and then they overlaid them and set the opacity level of the magnet one at 50%. And I mean, that's magic.
In nature never wanted any foreign material to get into. And by magnetizing these lipid nanoparticles with these
Man, is she going to be upset when someone explains eating to her?
These chemicals, you are creating a super delivery system, a forced delivery system into parts of the body that are not supposed to be. And that's why
obviously not forced. The greasy and the magnetic part of it isn't forcing it. It's pulling it in. But I understand you can't talk about panic language without. I get you.
I've been saying for weeks, this material that is injected into your body from these mRNA vaccine shots is going to every part of your body.
Well, no, you're producing antibodies that go throughout your
cell in your body. And while you may not have had an initial reaction that was of any concern, you are headed for disaster.
Dun, dun, dun.
Please do not, if you've gotten one, do not get a second one. If
you've gotten the second one, you have the mark of the beast, and I don't know why you would even go outside, because sunlight would kill you.
You've gotten the 2-shot deal, do not get any boosters. This is going to get worse and worse and worse, and very soon, Stu.
Okay. Wow. Thanks, lady.
Unbelievable. And they're trying to...
Yes, I think it's a good word choice, Stu. Unbelievable.
Push this onto our kids. 12 to 17. We exposed the Pfizer findings that they tried to hide. They kept very quiet. 86% of children that participated in the Pfizer trial experienced adverse reactions.
What kind of adverse reactions? You mean flu-like symptoms?
Negative side effects.
As opposed to positive side effects? My kid was magnetic, but he was inverse. He was south polarized, and he was able to float for a while.
So is this what explains
why when I get an erection in the morning, I point north?
Brittany Galvin, for example, was able to move away from the injection site itself and then begin sticking metal objects on, say, her cheek and her forehead. Is that what this is? I mean, it's traveling through her system. It's essentially supercharging.
Yeah, it's funny because it's working in one area and then it stops working and I move it to another area that I haven't touched a bunch and therefore gotten the oil from my skin mixed in with it and make the, all right.
This shot, this jab, whatever substance is in here into...
Yeah, again, magnets don't need help sticking like that.
Traveling quickly and infecting, if you will, every single cell in your body.
Well, it seems to be a fair enough scientific assumption at this.
No, it doesn't. That's a ridiculous scientific assumption. There's no fair enough in that.
Point because
we all watched a video close up of a woman with her phone in her face like this, sticking things for the first time to her face, and then they eventually stop. But if she leans her head slightly, it stays. And that like, good Lord.
Who's ever heard of human beings in general, in good health, having a magnetic force that attracts and holds metal objects to their body, first of all?
Well, I mean, X-Men Days of Future Past. I mean,
secondly, the
powder.
The fact that she was initially sticking these metal objects, if you look at the chronology of her videos, she was originally sticking them only around the injection site. I believe it was on her left arm. And then subsequently she did a video showing that she could get something to stick on her right arm. And then after that, the video that you featured in your interview with her was where she was sticking them onto her forehead.
Yeah, just almost like if I take, Jesus Christ, I feel like, how are we even? Let me find some. Here you go. How about this? Now, like, oh my God, this is so, here's a piece of metal. This is amazing. I can Look at that. Look at that. I'm magnetic. It's just, look, I can make it stay. Like if I just, it's incredible. If I just, oh my God, I'm magnetic. This piece of metal is sticking to my face. How is this even possible? And it doesn't take much if I just fit it to my face. If a piece of metal sticks, Jesus Christ. I don't have a spoon nearby. I would totally do that. My keys are on a ring. I don't think it would work. Yeah. It's sticking, like, it's amazing. Oh, what? Please don't tell me this is aluminum sticking to my head. Oh, how is it possible? I don't know how in the world. And it moves across my face. I was only first able to make it stick to my arm, magically under my shirt. And now I can stick it almost anywhere if I try hard enough and lean far enough back. Oh my God. It is resting. Look at this. It is stuck to my nose. Sorry, I'm like, all right.
Forehead. This implies to me that there is a
that there's oil on her fucking forehead.
Generalization of this material throughout the body. Now,
yeah, and as a doctor, you would probably say, I can't go by this footage because this is footage of a woman like this sticking things to her face, and I haven't seen that she's cleaned her skin with alcohol, that she's cleaned the object itself with alcohol, that she's placing it in the same place over and over again, and it repeats the same thing. I mean, the kind of thing that, I don't know, scientific shit.
I don't know what the extent of the toxicity of these magnetic fields. It's never been used in human. And as this company in Germany is saying...
Oh, so this might be a good thing? Holy shit. If we're lady, if this makes us able to, like, deal with gravitons and fly, and you fucked it up for everybody by scaring them off the vaccine, I will never forgive you.
It should not be
now go do the weather.
Used in humans. So, Stu, this is just a crime against humanity of epic proportions.
Yeah, this is like, there's Auschwitz and oily people laying keys on their forehead for a couple of seconds.
And we're not done talking about it. We're not done seeing the devastation.
Okay, so
no, definitely not.
I want to address the fact checkers.
Okay. While you're at it, though, explain to me why, if you know that people like you aren't going to get a shot, just won't do it, and that it's something that physically you have to be made to do or given, and your goal is to depopulate the planet. Wouldn't you, and I'm just saying, I'm speculating on a hypotenuse, wouldn't you make it so that the shot is the thing that you opt into would be the thing that saves you, and anybody who doesn't have access to it or refuses it is the one that dies, because you'd obviously be able to get a larger group of people that way. You'd be able to depop with a real disease and basically an antidote. That would be the theory, right? Is that you create a real disease, you create a vaccine that's an antidote to it, and only people who want to play nice in society and have means and wherewithal to actually get it would survive, and everybody who's too poor to get it or is too antisocial to do it, those are the people that would croak, in theory, right? I mean, if you really had a big evil plan, why would you wipe out all the people who are like, oh, I should do what's best for society?
Okay, and since I have you here, and I know that you're busy, and you have a
she's got traffic in 2 minutes, and then she's got a whole, like, you wouldn't believe, a pair of ducklings separated from their mom walking across the freeway, and a bunch of people helped them.
Limited amount of time, but since I have you,
yeah, I'm sure she's got other crazy BitChute calls to call in on.
I'm looking at something from the CDC itself. It says, can receiving a COVID-19 vaccine cause you to be magnetic?
Obviously, they're in league with it. You don't understand. This is part of the Pentaveret.
In all bold, no. Receiving a COVID-19 vaccine will not make you magnetic, including at the site of vaccination, which is usually your arm. COVID-19 vaccines do not contain ingredients that can produce an electromagnetic field at the site of your injection. So let me just ask you flat out, are they just...
Yeah, do you actually believe that? Okay. Excuse me, that was typed up in George Soros's Super Jew synagogue of Satan in the basement of Epstein's Island in a saltwater tank that he has to be kept in because he eats human milkshakes. So okay? You don't expect me to believe an infographic from the government, do you?
Are they just lying?
Yes, they're lying. And Stu, you know why? Because
why are they lying?
The past is prologue.
They're lying because the past is prologue. No. When you assert that they are lying, thanks, Benny. Look, oh yes, I agree. You would argue that if they're lying because they're intentionally misleading on purpose because they have this goal of whatever you're gonna, not because they were incorrect before or Tuskegee Airmen.
They also say that these vaccines are safe and effective, which is an FDA legal term that can only be used after providing certain levels of data that these companies have not provided. They've lied about the numbers. They're throttling the VAERS, the Vaccine Adverse Event Reporting System numbers.
They're throttling VAERS, the virus. They're throttling it. You mean like DeSantis throttled the death rate from COVID in Florida? That kind of throttling?
Every single day. We've got...
Or is the number actually exactly what it is, and you need the number to be bigger, or your argument falls to shit?
Countless numbers of analysts sending us materials every day.
Yeah, the same cases over and over again from the same analysts?
Showing how they're manipulating those numbers.
Okay, what analysts? Whip out the names. This is like the dead people voted thing with Rudy Giuliani. We've got tens of thousands of dead people that voted. Well, if you do, then why are you talking about anything else? Why don't you go in front of the state board in Pennsylvania, instead of calling witnesses like Melissa Crony, why don't you sit there and go, here's a death certificate, here's a ballot, here's who voted, they're dead, this is when they died, here's their relative that said they died, and that's their handwriting. Like, come on.
Those numbers. I mean, I could go on and on.
We know you can go on and on, because you don't actually have to say anything.
About how many lies are listed on the CDC website. And don't forget, the CDC is basically a vaccine patent company. They hold over 58 patents for vaccines that are coming down the pike. So,
yeah, because the American people paid for that research.
You can choose to believe them, but I've provided, to me, the past is prologue. And if they've lied, all the way up till...
Well, if you've bullshitted us so far, why shouldn't we just assume everything you say is bullshit? Because you've said in this that something that's not even at human testing levels, that is not being used, is being used when you have no evidence they're being used. You have no pushback on it. You mentioned the actual lipids that are in the ingredients, as if by knowing the lipids that are actually in there, that you can allow the audience to presume that the other shit you're talking about is also in there, because of course it is, which is a lie and is bullshit. And yet we're supposed to believe you and Stu for the rest of the show, the last 90 seconds of this?
Till now, why would we believe them on the magnification issue, the magnetic?
Magnification issue. It not only does the shot make you magnetic, it also makes you larger. All right, so here we go.
The magnetofection. Anyone can look up magnetofection.
Yeah, we know you're pulling it from somewhere real. We also know you're misusing it to back up whatever the fuck you're talking about.
Look at it on pubmed.gov. That's the government's website.
Why would I believe them? If past is prologue, they lie so much on PubGov, which...
For peer...
I love how she's like, don't... Look, I wouldn't believe what they write on there, because basically they're just lying all the time. So, but go to their site.
View scientific journals, and you can look at the preclinical research.
Yeah, go read it. I mean, I know you won't, and you'll just take what I'm saying because I'm offering you this possibility, so you'll assume that what I'm saying is truthful because I've eliminated the work for you.
Search and see what they've done, and that it is real, and that when they've used it in animals, they've had very, very negative results.
Have any of the cats been magnetic?
And they've said, please.
They make magnetic mice, and then they give cats magnet fillings. It's like easy.
Proceed cautiously if research advances toward human research.
If.
She impresses me so much every day.
Well, that's because you brought her on to shore up what you want, and you've already pre-concluded that you agree with what she's going to present.
also with her diligence in getting back to everybody. I don't know how you find the time. Her private and encrypted secure Proton email, Dr. Jane Ruby at protonmail.com. You can also find more on her at drjaneruby.com.
Did you just say moron? That's not nice.
Dr. Ruby, thank you so much.
Real Stu Peters, the people's bullhorn. Well, you're half right. The people's bullshit, maybe.
For being here. We appreciate it.